Okay, so today we are going to do this Git implementation in the virtualized environment as our part 2. So let's open VirtualBox, please. I'm going to ignore this. So I have Git server. Okay, and on this Git server we are logging with the username Git user, I think. Is it right? Git user.
Yes.
And then we have Git client 1. Also we have a user Git client 1. Okay, let's try to log in. I'm going to start both machines. And I'm also going to start this Git Client 2 virtual machine. However, I didn't change some things like the host name, I did not add the new user for Git, and I did not change the IP address, so I'm going to do this now. Okay, so let's just check briefly. If you go here to settings, network, advanced, port forwarding. Okay, we are logging to this machine with port 1313 SSH. So this second machine should be with port 1314 as I can remember, but let's just briefly check it. 1314. Okay, and finally it's 30. Okay, but I think I did not change this. Okay, so it should be 1315. Okay, because Georgia, did you start machines? Okay, so let's first Git client 1 still starting. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, let's log into all machines with our SSH client. I'm going to use this bitwise. So first machine is Git server on port 1313, and username is Git user, I think, but I'm going to check it. Git user. Yes, and with some password. This password does not work. Was it Git user or what? Can you remember, please?
For me, it was Git server user.
Like this?
Yeah.
Thank you, Georgia, so much. Thank you, excellent. I forgot, honestly. So Git server user. Okay, very good. Excellent. Okay, I think this font is relatively large, so you can see. Okay, and okay, I'm still waiting for my Git client 1 and Git client 2 to, okay, Git client 1 booted. So I'm going to connect to my Git client 1. Do we have enough resources to start all 3 virtual machines at the same time?
Yes.
Okay, very good. We used like 1.5 gigabytes of memory, I think. Okay, now here's the second one. The second one is on port 1314, and the user is Git client 1.
For me, it was Git 1. Just Git 1.
Aha. No, we did something else. No, like Git client user. How? Git client user 1, I think. But I'm not sure, honestly. No. What was the username for this?
Wait, I'll find it.
Can you please find it?
I think Git client user, no, Git client 1 user.
Oh, okay. That we didn't try this.
User.
Git client 1 user, okay.
Yes.
User like you. Oh, okay, it works. Okay, excellent. And now I'm going to, okay, so now I'm going to just briefly log into my Git Clans 2 via SSH or via this console with this Git Client 1 user, because I didn't add a new user, you know. So now I'm going to tweak settings of this Git Client 2 machine. So the name of this host name should be Git Client 2. Okay, so I'll type sudo host name ctl.
Oh, we didn't create one for this. Git Client 2.
We didn't.
No, we didn't.
Okay, so please log in with your VirtualBox console, not with SSH, to this machine, please. Okay. And now let's tweak. First, we should tweak the host name. Okay, so let's type sudo hostname ctl set -hostname git client 2 git client 2. Okay, did you do it?
Sudo hostname.
Sudo hostname ctl set -hostname, and then we change the hostname to git client 2.
How is written after host?
Set
Dash hostname, yeah.
It's like minus sign.
Minus, yes.
Set.
Okay, good. Hostname,
Set hostname.
yes. And then space git client 2. Excellent.
Okay, I see.
Okay, it works. Okay, so however, what did we say? Do you remember? So here we just changed the hostname, but what else should we do?
The net plan something. Net plan 0.
No, we should edit some other thing also.
It's like this.
What should we edit? Do you remember? We should edit this hosts file, because host file is like in Windows used to map certain IP addresses to DNS, domain name system names. Can you remember this?
Yes, it's like the etc net plan 01 net cfg.yaml.
No, this is for IP addressing. We should edit like this: sudo nano /etc/hosts, just hosts. Okay. Okay, so let's edit. And here we change this to git client 2, only this. Okay, Control X and Y. Okay. So now when we change this, which is very important thing to do, now let's change this IP address. So sudo nano etc network no, it's not here. Where is it?
etc.
Okay.
And
Init d
net
plan. Yes. Sorry. It's the new thing. And okay, this file. Just press tab, please.
And just change the address to 103 from 10.0.0.2 to 1. Let's see.
Okay.
I forgot how it goes. Netplan 01 dash net
Press tab.
So just type /etc
etc
/netplan
okay
/ just type 0
0
and press tab.
okay.
Okay, it should autocomplete. Okay, very good. Okay, so hit enter please. And here where we have addresses, just change 102 to 103 because we're going to use this address for that purpose. Hit enter please. Oh no, not enter but Control X and then Y to exit this nano editor. Okay, and just type to make sure that these settings were correct, sudo netplan apply please. Yeah, it should work. So there is only one thing left to be set. Now we have to add a new user for this Git Client 2 machine, and we also have to add this new user to the sudo group. That means that this user will be administrator of the system. Okay, but not the root user. So this user will also have to type the sudo command if he or she wants to execute commands with the administrator privileges. So let's add user, sudo add user. So we said that it's Git client 2 user or something. Are we consistent? It was Git client 2. Yes, one user. Yes, I can see. Okay. And now let's choose the new password. Full name Git client 2. So for Git here, when you have this full name, it is important to enter something, because in this way the Git will differentiate between the commands executed by different users. Okay, so ROM number nothing, work phone nothing, home phone other, yes, because it's service user, it's not like a real user, we're just simulating. So now let's add this new user to the sudo group. So we type sudo user mod -a like add, uppercase G to group. The group name is sudo and the username is Git client 2 user. Okay, that's it. So yes, that's it. So we may do something similar for this final project.
Okay.
Okay, and cloud Git. We are going to implement some other services tomorrow and AWS, so whatever you like. Okay, so now let's log in via SSH client to this machine, but this time with this newly created user privileges. So I'm going to close this and I'm going to open this Bitwise client. So I'm going to type here is Git Clans 2 user. Okay. Git Clans 2 user. And here I'm going to use the port 1315. Okay, and let's log in, accept and save. This is the first time SSH connection is being established, so we have to accept, connecting to unknown computer, log in, and now we're connected. Okay, so we're ready to go, and please, now we'll start with Git implementation. First, we'll start with the Git server, and then on this server machine, we are going to implement so-called remote repository, as you can remember. In the Git terminology, this is referred as the remote repository. It is a remote location where files are stored, or development files, projects, and so on are stored. So it's remote repository. However, for this purpose, we are going to need an internet connection. But first, please just do the following. So I'm going just briefly from Git server to ping both clients. So first is 02. I'm going to use Control-C to terminate the signal, and the second is 103. So it works. We need a connection between Git client and server to work in order to make this. Okay? So, Georgie, does it work in your case?
It works.
Okay, excellent. So, now let's check, are we connected to the internet? I'm not connected.
I forgot, how is the command for the stopping?
Control-C or X. Okay, C. C is like graceful. We don't want to force someone.
I'm used to X, that's
Yes,
all I contract.
yes. Okay, are you connected? Oh, David, what is the password for this SDL?
Just a minute.
Okay, please, I'm going to stop recording because I don't want to record this. Sorry, just a second.
For SD-log, it's...
Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so now we're at Git server, okay, user, and now we are going to install the Git package. It's very easy and very straightforward. So let's install. So sudo apt-get install Git.
I think it should be installed already. It should be installed already.
Git, I think not on this Linux version. I do not suppose. Okay, type the password, please. Okay, it's only 70.7 kilobytes. It used to be so large, like 50 years ago.
It didn't ask me for the password.
I don't know why, but okay. Okay, so so when we install Git, this is first. So we are logged into the Git server. Okay, it's Git server component. Okay.
I found a way to log into my terminal.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Because I'm using SSH.
Excellent.
Putty.
Excellent. So this is like a Git server. So on this machine, a remote Git repository will be stored. So first we have to perform so-called initialization of remote Git repository. So we have to initialize this repository. And in the local file system, this is nothing more than just one folder.
Yeah.
And within this folder, we are going to initialize remote Git repository. So the same is like in this GitHub environment.
Yeah.
Below this user interface, there is remote Git repository. And then we can, this repository further divide into subdirectories. And then, for example, each subdirectory may belong to some user or something. So that's what we are able to do. However, in this exercise, we are going to use a straightforward method. We are going to initialize remote Git repository. So on this Git server, and then we are going to use two clients that will be collaborating on the same project by using this remote Git repository. And finally, we are going to connect our client with the remote repository on the GitHub.
Okay.
So we're going to do all these operations. Okay, did it?
It's already installed.
It's installed. Okay. David?
It's installed.
Oh, okay. So when we install this Git component, now we have to initialize the remote Git repository. So there is one rule that should be obeyed. David, do you know what is this rule? There are some kind of naming conventions that are used for naming the remote Git repository. The folder that represents the remote Git repository should have a suffix .git.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a basic requirement. Okay, so I'm going to clear the screen, and I'm going to go to the home folder of this Git server user.
I think when we do like git init, it does put out the init code.
Yes, that's precise. So see where we are. Georgi, are we in the home folder of Git user?
Yes.
So we are in the home folder. Okay, so very good. So now let's create a folder that will represent the remote Git repository. I'm going to type mkdir, like make directory, Linux command, project.git. And now we want to go into that folder. So cd, change directory project.git. And simply now, as David said, we have to execute a command. There are two commands basically. First command is so-called git init. This is used to initialize the repository of Git client, local Git client repository, not remote repository. However, if we want to initialize a remote Git repository, like the repository in the server, we would use the command git bare init, like bare from the bare minimum init. It means that this is going to be Git server, like remote repository. You remember when we talked about Git?
Yes.
We said that we have a remote and local repository because it's distributed version control system. So if we want to execute, to initialize remote repository, we should type git double dashes, double hyphens, bare init.
Nice.
Okay. And now if we go ls-al, for example, to see everything, here we have like basic Git objects, like heads, like references, like potential branches, and so on and so on. Okay, so just a second. So now let's create the Git clients. So there are some things that are very important regarding the Git clients. We should, when we install Git on clients machines, we should configure Linux environmental variables accordingly. What does it mean? It means that we should specify a right username. Then each user must have a unique identifier, like the user's email and so on. You know why this is important? Because the Git will record every changes on each resource, each file in the database. And as you know, the Git has to record the person or the system who performed the change, as well as the structure of the change. So for this purpose, it is very important to create a unique username as well as some kind of ID. In most cases, for this ID, simple email address is used. Okay, so this is very important to do this. Okay, so I'm going to start with first Git client. This is 1314, I think. Yes, 1314. Like this, Git client 1. Okay. And so when we use this command add user to create a new user, this command is better, by my opinion, than the user add, because this command automatically generates the home folder for the user and sets up some values of some environmental variables. So in this way, we are not going to have much work later. Okay. So let's first install Git. Of course, so sudo apt-get install Git. Okay, it's going slow, 70 kilobytes.
I installed it while I was installing the server.
It was, yes, but I'm still waiting. Is it boring?
No.
We are really going step by step. I'm going slow, but it has to be like that. Yeah. David, you don't know Serbian at all.
I do.
But you're not able to read Serbian books.
I am.
Really?
Yes, I can.
Really? Yeah. Oh.
A bit, not much.
Not much, yes, but okay. Excellent.
Well, I can read it, but to understand fully, then that's a problem.
Yes, but it's okay. You have like a satisfying knowledge of Serbian language, so.
Yes. Like, for example, this is Serbian.
Okay.
Koji su u izuzetno kratkom vremenu stekli veliku popularnost. U koncu prve 2 godine studijske opcije su fokusirane na ključne faze razvoja softverskih sistema. Studenti su obučavaju da algoritamski razmišljaju i da pišu umjereno složena programska rješenja.
Oh, you're very good, Dave. You're very good. You're very good, really. Thank you. Everything is recorded. You're very good. You're very good, David. Really, you're very good. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Excellent. So,
the church I go to, they normally speak in Serbian, and I actually listen to And they also read inserted. So.
Yeah, excellent. You're very good. You're very good. Now let's just then we'll take a break because now we have a bunch of comments. But before that, we'll take a break. So let's just type Git version to see what is the most current version. It's 2.17.1. Okay, good. Okay, so basically I'm going to do the same with Git Client 2. Okay, just sudo apt-get install git. Okay, and I'm going to leave this as it is. It will take some time and then we'll take a break. Okay, okay, good. I'm going to pause now. So now I'm on Git Client 2 and we have just installed Git. Okay, now let's move to Git Client 1 machine again, please. Okay, so as I have told you, Git tracks everything. The name of the user and the email address of the user who performed the change. What is this change about? When did this change happen? And so on. Okay. So it's necessary in order to, successfully track all changes. That's why we first have to configure the environmental variables in Linux with exact values like the username, name and surname of this user. Then we should configure the email address and so on. So a bunch of data. Okay, so let's do it. So Georgie, please go to this Git Client 1 machine. I'm going to clean the screen. So the name of this user on this machine is Git Client 1 user. Okay. So first, let's do the following. We're going to execute command git config double hyphens double dash global, because we want to set the value of the global environmental variable.
You're doing this from SSH or?
Yes, from SSH, yes. But this is the Git Client 1 machine, that's important. Then we'll specify user.name, that's the name of variable, and under quotes, double quotes, we specify the name of this user. This username is simply Git Client 1. I'm going to put like this. Okay. If we worked with real users, we'll have real usernames like Stefan, Chulafic, and so on. Okay. Okay. Git. Okay. Git Client 1. Okay. We'll specify the username Git Client 1, Git Client 2. Okay, it's okay. Then let's specify the email again. Git config global, like a global variable. User.email is the name of the variable, and email will be like Git Client 1 at Singidunu ACRS. We are not going to use this in production environment, so thank you. So we are not going to deploy this server into production environment, so I'm not going to use like real data. Okay. Then, so we should also specify some value for some option for branching, because when we generate, you know what are branches in Git. I'll upload presentation so you may read.
For example, when you want to add something, you create a branch, or when you want to start something new, you create a branch.
Yeah, it's called like a feature-based development, because every software product consists of many features. Yeah. So in most cases, people are working in parallel on different features of this product in teams. Yeah. So each feature will represent one branch. And then at the end, when all features are finished, we can merge all these branches into one project. So, however, with microservices, it's much better. We are developing like each application is a different branch. Yeah. But during this development, we can test application. We can see how it works and everything. We don't have to wait till we finish all the features. In some other monolith application, we'll have to wait till we finish all the branches, and then when we merge the branches, we can see the whole product, how it works. But now with microservices, we can see before, as soon as we finish certain branch, we can test it. And then when we finish and test all branches, after that, we merge them all together in one product. Okay, so that's very good with this. Okay, so let's configure this branching to be executed automatically. So git branch, git config, again global, branch, auto setup, rebase, it's the name of this option, always. It means that the Git will take care of branching on the level of infrastructure. We don't have to do anything. We just have to say that now we are starting a new branch, let's go. Okay, that's like briefly explained. Again, we would like to make a color user interface. We like to use different colors. Which files are modified, which files are not. Git config, global, branch, a color, UI user interface true. Then we'll configure that the user interface displays different statuses of our files in different colors. Git config, global, git color dot status automatic. Then git config global, color branch automatic. Again, we want different colors for different branches. Git config global. I will set core editor to be nano editor. Then git config global, merge tool vim div. We'll discuss about it, and that's it. That's it for the Git user one. So these are some useful settings that we should use, because in this way we are going to have like a more user-friendly Git environment. Okay, the username, of course, it's very important. It must be unique for all users that are using Git. Then the Git email, again, it must be unique, because the Git requires that when each change is performed, that we record the user along with the username who performed the change. So we need both type of data. And then this is branch. It means that auto setup rebase. It means that the Git will take care of all directories and files when we want to create a new branch on the infrastructure level. That means that we as developers will not be focused on creating directories for branches and so on. So Git will do everything for us. Okay. So it's important. Okay, this color UI true if we want to use a color-based user interface, but it will be causal user interface in this case. Like we're not using graphical user interface client, but it's okay, we need colors. And then this color status auto, it means that the Git will, I told you, mark different changes or different files with different colors, you'll see. And again, color branch automatic, auto, it again means that when we create a new branch, it will mark branch with different color. And then we set this variable for the core editor. So when we edit something with Git, we will be by default using nano editor. Okay, you know this Vim editor.
Yeah, I know about it, but I didn't like it, so I just
okay, that's why we are using nano. Okay, exactly, because Vim is default editor of most Linux distributions.
I didn't like it.
Yes, it's hard.
The commands are like no.
This is from the so-called Emacs Editor. Emacs Editor is editor that was used on Linux system, like in prehistoric age, because then the people have to type different symbols for saving, for quitting, for everything, and this is legacy editor. Vim is based completely on Emacs. It was developed much later, of course, but it is based on Emacs Editor. So it was specifically designed for Unix persons who got used to work in Unix. There are a lot of such persons that still exist. They're still among living. That's what I want to say. Okay? Let's continue.
They probably switched to Mac or Windows or something like that.
Yes, now definitely. But okay, now let's just briefly check. Did we enter everything correctly? I'm going to execute command git config list to list all these settings. Okay. Okay, so let's do the same for Git Clans too. That's something we have to do. Okay, so I'm going to type it fast. Git config global user.name will be git, how do you say, Git Client 2. Git config global user email git client 2 at Singidunu ac.rs. Git config global branch auto setup rebase always. Git config global color UI true. Git config global color status auto. Git config global color branch automatic. Git config global core editor nano и git config global merge tool vim diff. That's it. We didn't discuss about this merge tool. When we finish, I'm going to tell you a few things about it.
So you're now configuring two users that are using Git.
Yes, that's right. Yes, we have two virtual machines. One is server, and in this virtual machine, we have already implemented so-called remote repository, remote Git repository. With Git, at first, of course, we have installed the Git tool, the Git sorter, and then we initialize this remote Git repository with very simple command. It's git bare init, like bare metal initialization.
So it's auto initialize.
Yes, and then now we are simulating two Git clients from two virtual machines. So basically here we implemented the whole infrastructure and the whole Git we are about to implement, and then we're going to test it, sort of like a full solution, DevOps, definitely.
Last time I was using Git from Linux, it was much easier. It was just installed and then name the software and install it.
But
never used any command.
You were using GitHub.
Yeah, you're using GitHub.
Yeah, GitHub.
You just only needed to configure the name and the email.
Yes, and but now we are. I told you, we are implementing what is under the hood of the GitHub.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
It's very useful exercise, definitely. But basically.
But you have to install Git anyway to download from the GitHub.
Yes, of course. But in this case, you will connect to so-called GitHub repository. Yes. And now we are connected to regular ordinary repository, and then for example, on this Git server, you can make by using Angular or some other client-side language, the user interface like GitHub or web-based user interface, whatsoever. Okay. So basically, we will be just calling Git commands from the user interface. It's very easy. All programming languages support the calling of terminal commands. That's what GitHub did. It's used by all people and it's excellent, but I want to emphasize that it's not hard to implement. It's not a science. Definitely. Okay, so can we continue? Yes. So Georgi, did you finish?
Yeah.
Okay. Git config list. I'm just going to check. Okay, what is this merge tool? What do you think?
Let's see, like
what is vim diff?
Combined code or something.
Yeah.
Two different features to
Yes, this tool is used, we can use this tool explicitly, but in most cases this tool is used in the background by the Git. It simply takes two or more files and merges all changes together. That's it. But if there are some conflicting changes, for example, David said that we should type Java, in my version I typed like no. Me Java, David Python. Sorry. And then we'll have conflicts. And then like some third user or like super user should decide. Like this server user should decide which change to accept. Okay, like track changes in Microsoft Word. So nothing special, but it's used everywhere. Okay, so now the next step. Let's go to this Git client one. Git client one. So we have to initialize a repository. Repository for this client one. And then after initialization of this repository, after that we will connect this repository to the remote Git repository that is on the Git server. That's how it should be done. Okay? Okay, so pwd, where are we? We should be in this folder. Georgi, please check it. Home Git client one user in the user's home directory.
We are doing that with the first client, yeah?
Yes, that's the first client, yeah.
Okay.
You may just type cd tilde to go to your home directory and then type present working directory pwd command to see your current location. This. It's rainy. Yeah. Okay, did you check it? So we name this client Git client 1. But user is Git client 1 user, okay? How should we call this repository? Like Git client 1 or with or without user? What would you like?
Git client 1.
Okay, so we're going to create a directory, Mkadir, Git client 1, and this is a good practice to type underscore repo, right? Repository. So local repository, it's a good practice. But it's not mandatory. It's good practice when we name the local repositories like the username underscore repo. And the remote repository should have this .git extension. Okay, so let's go to this directory. And now simply we have to initialize Git. To initialize the local repository here with git edit. That's it. So now we did not use this switch bear in it because it's like a regular repository. If we execute ls-h like you see what we have. We have a hidden directory .git. You see?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we'll try with the long listing also. Okay, with long listing. Okay, it's the same. We don't have anything here. Only this. And then when we, for example, type ls.git, we'll see that in this hidden Git folder we have everything. Okay? Okay, let's do the same on the second client. First, I'm going to clear the screen. Git client 1. Okay, cd tilde pwd mkdir. I'm going to create this directory, name this directory like git client 2 underscore repo. And now just git init. That's it. We do not need sudo because it's our home directory of the current user, so we have all permissions over this directory. Oh, sorry. Okay, so tell me now, please. Okay, this is a virtualized environment, what we are doing now. It's a virtualized environment. And all machines are in this private isolated network. They will communicate with these internal mode networks. So it's isolated network. So this network cannot be penetrated from the host machine because it's not connected to it, because it's isolated. However, in this exercise we are simulating a real-world Git environment. What does it mean? It means that we are simulating this as all these three machines are in the real environment, like on the cloud, on the internet, and everything. Yeah. The Git server will be on the cloud, and Git clients may be everywhere. So, in the real world scenario, but we are working simulation, so we must take into consideration these constraints of the real world scenario. So, all these machines will communicate via the internet network. And inherently this network is insecure. It's insecure. Okay, so, should we need some kind of VPN or something? What do you think?
Yeah, if it's a private network. If it's a private repo, then...
Okay, we could use VPN, yes. If it's private repo, it's okay. But nevertheless, it doesn't matter. It means the best practice is to secure the Git environment itself.
Yeah.
You know how. So on Git, we are going to use PKI, public key infrastructure, or public key cryptography. Okay, you learned about that.
Yes.
Okay, so what happens here? Every Git user, okay, like in AWS, you will see, is the same principle. So every Git user will get one pair of keys, private key and a public key. Okay, and for the keys generation, we could use many cryptography algorithms. And one of the most secured algorithms is RSA. SHA-1 is used for hashing, but for encryption, decryption, RSA. What is RSA? Do you remember? It's abbreviation from. You should know this because it's.
Yeah. Slipped my mind.
Rivest, Shamir, Adelman, like the three like gurus who created this. Yes, it's very good. Sorry. And can you remember what is which technology and which principle is this RSA algorithm based?
Which principle?
There's
Public key algorithm.
no, that's it. But there is mathematical background for using this algorithm. Factorization of large numbers. You remember this? I'm sure that Professor Tuba.
Yes.
Large primary numbers.
Prime numbers. Large prime. Okay, I'm not going to go in detail with this, but basically you know what it is about. It's very hard to factorize a large prime number. It's very hard, and you have this P, Q, some exponents. Okay, but I'm not going to go in detail into this. So we're going to use RSA. But how? Okay, here we have a Git server. And here we have this client 1 and client 2. Okay, very good. So, for each client, so we could use a real PKI, public key infrastructure, but for this purpose we would have to to ask for key pairs from security authority, CA. We would have to pay for public and private keys to the CA, and then the CA would issue us the keys. Okay, but we are going to do something different. We are going to generate keys on our own. It's the same. Only difference, we will get like keys from the CA, and that's it. And these keys will be trusted worldwide. If you have a real scenario, you will ask CA, pay for them, and the CA will get a pair of keys for each user. Okay? But now we are going to generate the keys to simulate this. The effect is the same. Yes, but we are having one extra step for generating the keys, but we can do it because there are tools in Linux available for such operations. So there's not a problem. Okay, so every client will get two keys, private and public key. Okay, so we'll have like for client 1 we'll have a public and private key, and for client 2 we'll have private and public key. Okay? And then what shall we do? Public keys can be accessed by everyone. That's why they are public. Very easy. And first we'll have to copy public keys of both clients to Git server in so-called public key repository. It's not Git repository, it's something else. It's public key repository, okay? And by copying these public keys to Git server, the Git server will trust these clients. So it will trust them in the sense that they will be able to connect to the server. And then what? Every time, look here, every time either of these two Git clients will try to communicate with the server, it will use a secured encrypted communication line. How? Each packet, for example, that this Git client sends will be first encrypted by using its private key. And then simply encrypted packets will be sent to server, and then the server will use public key of Git client 1 to decrypt incoming packets. The same applies for Git client 2, of course. When Git client 2 wants to send secure packets to Git server, it will use its private key for encryption, and then the Git server will use public key for decryption. So, what if someone intercepts communication? But that's how it works. That's why, along with this technology, we would use VPN. So to transport everything in the secure tunnel. But it's not necessary to use VPN. Okay, it's not necessary, but it will significantly improve security. VPN will be used in real environments, in most cases, but not, for example, when you use GitHub, when you connect to GitHub with your Git client, are you using VPN? This is the scenario. So I said in most cases, corporate case. Okay, so this plus VPN will work fine, but okay, VPN is something that we do not have to configure it.
Yeah.
It's like infrastructure service. So okay. Okay, and how about communication in the opposite direction? When Git server wants to send information to Git client, it first takes public key and encrypts the data. And then when the Git client, first or second, it doesn't matter, receives this packet, it uses its private key to decrypt it. Okay, so let's do it. Let's first generate a pair of keys for all users, and let's copy them to server. Okay, that's our next step. But for me, it's important that you understood what we are doing here. Okay, this could just need that they should do it, but they don't know why they are doing it. Okay, this is a very big problem. Okay, so first, let's go to Git client 1, please. Where is Git client 1? Here it is. Okay, git client 1. Okay, so I'm going to go here to my home directory, but not to this repository, but to home directory. Okay, you should be in this directory. Georgie, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay, and now let's just type a simple command to generate the keys. SSH keygen. Okay, we want to save the file in IDRSA. Okay, so that's the name. You see this file, please.
Yeah.
That's the name of the key, but this is the name of the private key. Okay, private key. But we should change this name, please. We should change this name. Okay, let's name it like we want it to be stored. I think it will be stored in this folder. Home git client 1 user / dot ssh. That's like private ssh folder for storing keys. / we're going to name this key something different, like git client 1 _ rsa. Okay, git client 1 _ rsa. This would be the name of the private key of this user. Okay, okay, please don't make mistakes. Okay, hit enter, please. David.
Okay.
Passphrase.
Yes.
We may use or may not. Okay, I type the same password as for all my accounts. Type the password that you know. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's finished. This is the key. You may like take a picture of this, and then we could use like RFID app on our phone to authenticate if you like. But we like Google authenticate something, but we don't need this. Okay?
It uses SHA-256.
Huh?
It uses SHA.
For caching, because for caching it generates a key, and then in order to achieve integrity of this key, it hashes the key by using SHA. Okay, so let's go to this cd.ssh folder. Okay, this is hidden folder, and here are our pair of keys. Git client 1 _ rsa. This is the private key, and the public key automatically gets extension .pub. You get it?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically the same we have to do for this git client 2. So let's go here to git client 2. I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to type SSH keygen, and now I'm going to say that I want new key in the home git client 2 user /.ssh / git client 2 _ rsa. Okay, so basically this is the name of the private key of the second user. And this is how you can do for all things, not just for Git. Every time you want to make a secure SSH connection between two Linux systems, for example, you can do like this. Okay? And
So
third,
basically we can create Android private chat.
yes, of course. This
Use
established.
Linux kernel.
Yes. Hey, Georgi, did you type?
Yeah.
Okay, now if you go like ls.ssh, here we can see private key for git client 2, and this is the public key for git client 2. Okay, now we'll take a break and then we'll continue. Okay, good. I hope this is interesting. And it could be useful, definitely. Okay, so see you in 15 minutes.
for the final project we do something like this or something we done like with
I'll give you a
Cloud
lot of
storage.
topics, whatever you say.
well, this is basically setting around cloud service.
Yes, yes.
And the other one was
No, 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 no,
using
no,
the already existing one.
No, 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 it's existing, it exists.
Just okay.
Yeah.
How's it now?
This is more complex than the other.
Yes, this is complicated, yes, but I'll give you a list and you'll find
Okay.
tutorials, so like the on cloud is enough. Okay, you'll see.
You're good, maybe.
Huh? Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
You are excellent. Just cover letter and we're fine. Very good.
I need certificates. I need to put certificates on my CV.
Sad ti koliko čas.
Did the Oracle software testing and all the AWS. I'll just put everything in. That'll be it.
Vi kan da AWS.
Nah, I haven't done the Oracle. I'll do it in January. So finish my exams now, then do it in January. There's no time, Georgi. There's no time, Georgi. No time. Nema vremena. Nema vremena, Georgi. Nema vremena.
Hoćeš ti napred nećeš?
Neću.
A ti Stefane? Nećeš da ideš?
Ja malo prije onaj senior vrte smo učili neki kiseli, a ne krastavac. To nismo pratili. Što ime se do WC-a?
Mogu bi da faksa, tuđi piću.
Ajde.
Kako je znamo se.
Evo već pijem.
Kako je? Stefani!
To je za nas.
Stefani!
Šta je da
Stefani!
Promotivni materijal.
Stefani!
What?
Mr. Stefani!
You crazy man?
Stefani! A lot of people from India. Top 10? Good boy. Hit top 10. Top 10.
Pokazalo se da nam pravi nekad probleme kad dođu. Okay, I'm just going to do one thing. Just a second, please. How are you, David? Are you tired?
No.
A little bit. Maybe a little bit, no?
No.
Okay, good. You good. So please, let's. I really want you to like apply for many positions.
Yeah.
Okay, I can really help you in this part, and also about publishing papers. Trust me, because
That's a huge benefit. Like
yes,
puts
definitely.
like a standout among all other people.
Yes, that's why. Yes. I really want to help you. Trust me. But so please, maybe we can meet like next week or something. Okay, I'll send you the papers and I'll explain you.
Okay. And it's also a good thing for me. You could also learn new things at the same time.
What did you say?
To learn new things at the same time.
Yes. It's very yes. Okay.
Because data science is a very competitive field.
Yes, definitely. I'm not going to like put too much burden on you to go like into this some other fields. Just have to create this theoretical part, and that's it. Okay, we'll start in a minute. And that's it. Just a second. We'll start in a minute, please.
Okay. No problem.
Okay, just to set up some things. Good. Oh, internet is so slow.
Yeah,
Why?
I just
Why?
noticed that right now.
Yes. Huh?
I just
Yes.
noticed
I
it.
just have to open this hotspot. Just a second. But why is it so slow?
Could be because of the rain.
Maybe.
The guys from the lab are using it.
Oh yeah, that would be
That's
the most logical explanation. Yeah. They're using some torrents. Okay. Okay, Okay, we have time. Okay, so now we created both keys for both users, private and public keys, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, very good. I have so many documents, I don't know anymore what I'm doing. Georgia, you finished everything. You generated the keys and okay? Okay, very good. Okay, so let's continue. Okay. The next thing, we have to copy public keys, as you remember this diagram, okay? Remember this diagram. So what did we do? We first have created all keys, so the pairs of public and private keys for all users, for both users in this case. And now we have to copy the public keys to the Git server. Okay, we have to copy the public keys. So for this, we have a very simple command, which is ssh-copy-id. Very easy command. So let's do first for client 1. This is server, this is client 1. Okay, please go to client 1. Okay, and type the following, please. Okay, ssh-copy-id. Then please use -i switch to provide a path to our certificate. The path of our certificate is in tilde. It represents home directory. /.ssh hidden SSH directory. Then / the name of our public key is in this case git client 1 _ rsa.pub, like public. Okay, and then we should specify where to copy, but we should not specify only the IP address of Git server. We should specify user at IP address. You know, this is called UPN notation, user at hostname. Okay, but since in this local environment we are not using DNS server, we could implement DNS server for this local network. We could do it in Linux, but we didn't because it will be too much work. So we don't have a DNS server. What does it mean? It means that
it's all in one.
We cannot use a symbolic name for this Git server. Like Git server, we should use the IP address, but it's fine. You know, otherwise it. Huh?
The same either IP address or
DNS name. Yes, but unfortunately we don't have DNS. We could implement DNS and we'll have like a full solution, like a full internal network with all things. But it doesn't matter. Okay, so the name is Git. What is the name of the user on Git server? Now we are going to Git server just to see Git server user. Okay, Git server user at. I think that's the IP address. Please tell me if I'm wrong.
It's correct.
It's correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we say yes because we want to connect. Okay, because you know why the system asks us? Because this is the first time we're establishing a connection to Git server. And now we should type the password for, but this is the password for Git server user on Git server, okay? But basically we use, yes, so we don't have to worry about, if you use like for each service different password, we would have a problem.
You would need a paper.
Yeah. Okay, now we have established a secure SSH connection. So, do you see this? we can now connect from this Git client to SSH server via SSH directly. We just type SSH, but we're not going to use this, but I'm going just to test it. Git server user at you know what I did? See, it's not Git server, Git server. You see? I made a typo. Oh no. It was recording all the time during the break. Okay, but okay, now we are logged in to Git server, okay?
Yeah.
Now let's go back to Git client. Just type exit and we're back. Okay? Okay. So now let's do the same for Git client 2, please. So let's go to Git client 2. I'm going to clear the screen. So let's copy SSH. Georgi, are you?
Yeah, it works.
Does it work okay?
Yeah.
Okay. ID -I tilde home directory /SSH/ the name is git client 2 _ rsa.pub to git user, no, git srv user at 10.0.0.101. Okay. So it's very important to establish this secure SSH connection. We could do it without it, but you know, Git server, Git environment requires us to do it. But we could tweak some settings in Git configuration file, and we could use like a regular unencrypted connection, but it's not safe. Yes, definitely. Okay. Again. We have only a few more steps and we're done. We can now test Git. So David's got presentation.
Yes.
Okay, because you know what I'm thinking.
We can do it with tomorrow.
Yes, you know why? Because today we're not going to finish all Git commands.
Okay.
And if we start today and like just scratch the surface, it will have no sense.
Okay.
Because tomorrow we'll have to repeat everything.
Yeah.
So what about tomorrow then? Tomorrow then we may finish this. Okay, and then I have to give some lectures.
Okay, alright.
So virtualization and this part 2.
Okay.
So but on first class we're going to finish the Git lifecycle.
Okay.
Does it seem okay?
Yes, it's fine.
And then on the third class I'm going to give lectures. So I have to.
Yeah.
And then on the fourth class we'll have presentations.
Okay.
And then on tomorrow is Wednesday. Okay,
Yes.
but we have Monday. So on Friday we are going to use AWS.
Okay. Yes.
We don't need laptops. We have computers there. For AWS we don't need hypervisors and all other things. Okay, so that's what we are going to do on Friday. Okay, AWS and also on Monday.
We haven't received the link to upgrade our accounts yet.
For Classroom.
Yes.
Please log in with your current account. Okay, just log in, please. It should be. I have written them, but you can use your current account for this. What we are going to do.
Okay.
Okay, just let's see. They told me that they are going to fix the issue. You know what was the issue?
About this.
This email, yes. And now they've added Singemail to the same domain list. Because I on Singidunu and you were at Singemail. They were wondering how are they on different domain? They are not Singidunu students. Then I explained them in detail and they will fix them.
Okay.
Please try to log in, please.
Seems like I forgot my password.
Yes, please try to log in. Okay, Gabriel? Okay.
Stefan, I forgot my password.
Happens to me. Where on ABS? Oh, of course I don't know my password on ABS.
And did you name Git too?
You can reset
You
it.
sure?
You can reset it from Singidunu.
I'm really locked out. Don't worry.
You just go to forgot password. You can
Git underscore rsr.pub.
I can't read.
User
Set
logged
it
out.
too.
Please
See?
try again in 20 minutes or click.
But it's Git.
Well, please.
Yes, you see, you name it Git. Okay, I'm going to move up.
That's usually how it works.
Up.
I mean, that's how
Git.
I know my
to
password.
RSA.pub.
I know single password. And then all the others.
Okay,
you
Git
know.
to RSA.pub. It works now. Okay, let's try to do it.
Actually, I don't know even the single one. It unlocks with the phone.
Okay, the user by
Okay, thanks. Fine.
Yes, I know. That's why. Yes, I wanted you to use the same, like, you know.
What is that? ABS?
Single.
Single. You forgot your password for single.
No.
Aha, for ABS.
Wait.
Ah,
See. Okay.
this is. But did you manage to do this from the Git client one?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, let's do this
I know the
again.
password.
Okay. I'm going to simply remove SSH. Okay, SSH keygen
Now you restarted.
which file /home /git
I know the password.
/ssh
No,
slash.
I know the password.
How did you name the key for this first client? Git one.
Git one.
Okay, now Git two. RSA. Git 2 underscore RSA.
Yeah.
Is it fine? Okay, very good. Passphrase.
Single.
Sales.
Okay, Singidunu.
Quickly logging in.
Okay.
I can
Let's
use
try
this
now.
called service. Let me check if it's.
Oh no, yeah, it's pretty simple. It connects
Okay, type Singidunu. The password. This is the password for Git server.
it connects the
Singidunu.
customers to the
Use the
shops.
same version, so it's.
Very good. Got it. It works. Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Excellent.
I found a new cloud service.
I thought
What did you find?
Salesforce.
Salesforce, yeah.
Salesforce is excellent.
I think I could take that one. Let me check
You
the
could?
tutorials.
I think it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I
Don't do
thought
it.
about that yesterday.
Don't do
It's hard.
into don't go to this journey for this final project. You have artificial intelligence at everything. Please, I'm going to give you the list of suggested services. You may check the list. It's hard. You may also implement infrastructure services. Okay, please don't think that I don't want you to learn, but I really think it is not necessary, you know. But if you like, okay. Now we edit everything, and finally we are ready to use Git. So let's continue tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to shut down all machines. And we'll continue tomorrow. David has presentation tomorrow. Stefan, yes. I wanted to say Sinisha. Why?
Almost.
Sorry, I really sorry.
No problem.
So Stefan.
Me and
Okay, good. So because tomorrow we should like use time. There's not much time left. And on Friday,
This is my fourth.
you're fourth. Okay, who is for Friday?
I think me.
David is on Friday. Yes.
Yes, for the second one.
And George.
You sure?
I'm not sure. Okay, and let's please turn off the third one. Okay. Okay, that's it. Okay, we're good. We'll catch everything. So, what did I want to tell you? So, who is on Friday? That's your fourth?
Yes.
Georgia, how many
I mean,
presentations?
we could do it on Friday too.
No, tomorrow is good. It's your fourth also.
Yeah.
And David's fourth will be on Friday, okay?
Friday.
Okay, Friday. Okay, good. Jovan is on Friday
Yeah.
also. Yes, I gave him two
Yeah,
presentations. Yes. And Sarah, okay. But you know, Yellow, for example, Tiana didn't have any presentation.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know, because when I conclude the final grades,
Yeah.
I will take all that into account for these 10 points plus something additional. So, okay, very good. So, okay, but we still have time, I'm thinking. We have tomorrow, on Friday, and on Monday.
Yes.
But on Monday we have a midterm and everything. Okay. Yeah. So I've uploaded all presentations in section 2.
Yes,
So again,
I've seen it.
I'm sorry I'm repeating because I want to make sure that we all understand. So presentation number 6, 7,
8.
that's it. Finals 9, 10, 11. Okay. Good. Okay.
It's better to repeat than not to know.
Not to know. There is this history is the mother of.
Yeah.
No, the repeating is the mother of history. Yes. I never was good with those,
Quotes.
quotes, yes, and similar things, but never, definitely. I'm going to.
Maybe you present one? Or not? No, you're for today.
Professor, am I presenting today or
Representation
is it tomorrow?
for today.
Oh, for
Today,
today.
Yeah, for today. Is it fine?
I thought I heard tomorrow. I was like,
No. You're for today, and for tomorrow we have. And for tomorrow we have, Georgie, Stefan. Okay, good. Okay, David, we have time.
CG cable.
Oh, okay, you don't need my laptop. Okay, good. I'm going to pack it, okay? Very heavy, but. I think Stefan will come to